Are you someone who has a very busy mind? Someone who has a very racy mind? Someone who is always overthinking and always being consumed by your thoughts? Is that you, deep divers? As a psychologist, as someone who studied psychology and has a degree in psychology and criminology, it's not going to help you get a peaceful mind. Just because you have a degree, that doesn't make a difference. Just because you have lots of money, you can't buy a peaceful mind, okay? But as someone who's gone on a journey to become my greatest version, over a decade exploring this problem, how can I get a peaceful mind? Well, I found the secret, deep divers. I found the secret, and I'm about to share it with you. I want everyone to smash that like button if you support the real, and share this video with someone. Once again, smash that like button if you support the real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. So we're going to dive into how to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts. Become your greatest version, deep divers. Are you ready? I thought so. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Shout out to all of you wonderful, amazing deep divers. I woke up like this, all magical and fly. Just let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency, sprinkling that good ass energy on you right now, deep divers. Take that, take that, take that. Raising the vibration. Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation that your heart and mind will soon be at peace. Whatever has been troubling you, keeping you up at night, is about to be resolved. If you're ready to affirm that, just say thank you. Now let's talk about it, deep divers. Let's talk about how to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts. Become your greatest version. Someone asked me that. They're like, Ralph, how come you're so chill? How come you're so peaceful? And I'm like, it's because I got a peaceful mind. I'm not perfect, but I do know that if you don't master your mind will master you. If you don't rule your mind will rule you, right? We've got to remind ourselves we're living in a fast-paced world. A lot of people right now on the planet have a very cluttered up mind, have a very busy mind, have a mind full of a whole lot of problems. And the cat down the road is like, well, Ralph is going to help you out because I've been there. Once upon a time, I had a mind full of a whole lot of problems, right? Things I had to do, things I wish I did. And sometimes these negative thoughts can actually consume you. They can actually ruin your whole mental health. I've been there. But then I found out along my journey that, there is another way. There is another way to get a peaceful mind with no negative thoughts. I'm about to share it with you. Deep divers, are you ready? Are you ready, deep divers? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Look, deep divers, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts. First and foremost, if you look at a battery, deep divers, you have positive and negative for a reason. Because life is full of positive and negative electrons. That's just the way it is. Negative thoughts aren't your problem. Let me repeat that. Negative thoughts aren't your problem. What your problem is your labeling of thoughts as good, bad, negative, positive. We're just talking about frequency and vibration. We've got to remind ourselves our attitude towards our thoughts are what make them a negative thought or a positive thought. And therefore, it's not the thoughts that matter. It's our attitude towards any thought that we think. What? Slow motion this side. So deep divers, let's talk about how to get a positive mind and a negative mind. Let's talk about how to get a peaceful mind, because that's what it entails, right? This embracing of the positive and the negative. You know why a lot of people have negative thoughts, deep divers? Because they're trying to push away negative thoughts. Like, try this experiment at home, okay? I want you to close your eyes and don't think of any negative thought. All of a sudden, they start coming into your mind, right? Why is that? Because you're trying to not think a negative thought. But what if you said, actually, every thought is just a thought, but what makes it negative or positive is my attitude towards it. So I'm going to have a neutral attitude, and therefore any thought that comes into my mind is not going to bother me. Oh my gosh. So deep divers, let's talk about how to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts, right? Okay, so a lot of people think the worst case scenario. They're always thinking about what could go wrong. This is where a lot of negative thinking emanates from. The worst case scenario. You wake up saying, oh my gosh, this day is going to be terrible. Oh my gosh, my relationship is going to get worse. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough money to put food on the table. Oh my gosh, I'm not where I want to be. Oh my gosh, right? The worst case scenario. Paranoia. You have to start moving into pronoia. I wake up every single day knowing the whole universe is working in my favor. I wake up every single day with a mindset to say, hey, let me imagine it going right. Let me think about everything working out. So amazingly, all of a sudden, those negative thoughts are neutralized, because I'm not focusing on bad things happening when they haven't even happened. Have you noticed that, deep divers? Like, a lot of people with negative thoughts are thinking about something that hasn't even happened yet. Oh my gosh, that's deep, right? So negative thoughts emanate from your imagination, these scenarios you're playing out in your mind of what could go wrong here, what could go wrong there, and then you actually create a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you've got to remind yourself that your negative thoughts has a whole lot to do with your attitude, okay? Because that influences your feelings, which produce your thoughts. And have a neutral attitude. Just say, I'm neutral. I'm not going to think the worst. And go one step further to say, actually, I'm going to just feel it's already working out for me. And it's going to give you a better positive attitude, which is going to give you positive thoughts. Deep divers, once again, there's nothing wrong with negative thoughts. The problem is you trying to get rid of them. Okay, we're going to talk about this because, you see, thoughts, many people in this society, they've come to believe that they are their thoughts, right? Sometimes you have a thought, deep divers, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so negative. That must be me too. No. What if I told you that you are not your thoughts? I know it's hard to believe, right? Well, you're going to have to imagine it right now that any thought that you think is not you. You are the observer of your thoughts. And you have to learn this every single day. Anytime you have a negative thought, anytime you have a negative mindset and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel terrible right now. The reason why is because you're identifying with a thought. And the way out of that is to stop thinking that you are your thoughts. No, you are the observer behind the thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You're only experiencing them for a brief moment in time. So you have to remind yourself that thoughts are like clouds, deep divers, okay? The cat down the road knows that. Thoughts are like clouds, and sometimes you got these dark clouds, and sometimes you think they're going to stay up there forever, but they actually pass. Eventually, then it's tomorrow, the sun is shining again. Well, that's exactly what thoughts are. Sometimes you have these dark ass clouds over your head, hanging over you, and you actually believe that they're going to be there forever. You actually identify with them, not realizing the 4 words, this too shall pass. And you have to allow yourself to also embrace those dark clouds and see them as beautiful, because rainbows need sunlight. They need rain as well. So once again, I tell you, if you want to remove negative thoughts, you must actually start loving negative thoughts and realize that it's part of the cycle of the positive and the negative, the up and the down, the good and the bad. But you must transcend all of that to move into a state of wholeness and integration. You must essentially integrate that shadow side of yourself, okay? Because that's the side you're trying to push out of yourself, right? You're trying to push out of your mind. You must heal that childhood trauma, heal all of the things that have been left unresolved, okay? So let's talk about it, deep divers. How you feeling today? Let's talk about how to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts, become your greatest version. A lot of people can't sleep at night because sometimes they're trying to be a saint. They're trying to be a perfect person. Not me. I'm not a role model. I'm just me, right? And you have to move into that mindset to have no negative thoughts. You see, a lot of people who are perfectionists, who are trying to be holier than thou, be so righteous and all of these things, sometimes they have negative thoughts because they don't think they're doing enough. You remove negative thoughts when you actually say, I can be a human being. Oh, deep divers, we can be a human being. And sometimes you're going to be an arsehole. And you got to be okay with that. Sometimes you're going to be amazing, and that's okay. Sometimes you're going to be angry, and that's okay. It's okay to experience any emotion you're going through without shame or guilt. This will help you remove negative thoughts, okay? You were programmed in this society that if you have a negative thought, you're a bad person. Let me repeat that. You were programmed in this society to believe that if you have a negative thought, you are a bad person. Nothing could be further from the truth. And you have to remind yourself of that you've been conditioned that negative thoughts are bad. No, negative thoughts are just showing you something that's unresolved. That's all. It's not a bad thing. Negative thoughts aren't your enemy. Your enemy is believing that negative thoughts are out to hurt you. That's a slow motion. Slow motion. They're there to actually help you become aware of yourself, okay? Deep divers. Oh, we're diving deep today. How to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts. How to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts, become your greatest version. So check this out. One of the greatest ways, and I was inspired by the Guest Out founder, Fritz Perls, when I was 17 in University of Westminster. He said, you have to lose your mind, got to lose this mind and come to your senses. And for a long time, I'm like, wow, that's so profound, because we're often living upstairs, deep divers, okay? You wake up, sometimes there's bad news here, things happening, Israel, Palestine, Russia, Ukraine. It's heavy energy people are dealing with in the world. You got your own life, you got your relationship, your work, job, family, all of that, and the cat down the road to look after. It's a whole lot. So a lot of us, we're living in our minds. We're living upstairs, and it becomes crowded, noisy, busy, frustrating. And we have to learn how to lose our mind and come to our senses. In other words, be present. And the more that you can learn to be present, the more there are no more negative thoughts. Negative thoughts don't live in the present moment. They only live in the future or in the past. Let me repeat that. Negative thoughts don't live in the present moment. They only live in the past or the future, right? When you can learn to be present and realize all you have is this moment, this is how you begin to neutralize every thought. And you're going to feel amazing because once again, you are rooted in the here and now experience, not the past experience, not the future. Right here, right now. What is happening? Let me focus on my breathing. Wait a second. Let's go, deep divers. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Focus on what is happening right now. We call this mindfulness, okay? And mindfulness is an Eastern practice, which is bringing us back into the present moment. Mindfulness is when you pay attention to what is going on through your eyes. What are you listening to right now? What are you inhaling? What are you touching right now? And you tune into that 100%. And this will actually clear negative thoughts and bring you a peaceful mind. Is your mind full or are you mindful? There's a difference, okay? Deep divers. So the cat down the road is sitting on the bench and it is mindful. It is only thinking about the birds, bees, leaves, and trees, the sunshine, and it's a beautiful day. Now, the guy on the other side is thinking about the bills he has to pay, his car, his house, the time, what he watched last night. He's not even paying attention to the tree or the sunshine. He's got a mind full, right? To get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts, you've got to become mindful. Like the cat down the road, deep divers, you got to be that. You got to be like the cat down the road, deep divers. How to get a peaceful mind. No negative thoughts, right? We often focus on what we're eating. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Look, what if I told you the mind diet is everything? It's not only what you're putting into your mouth, it's what you're feeding your mind. Slow motion. That will determine if you become your greatest version or not. Let me explain, deep divers. So you become what you feed your mind. Now, you can feed your mind care, respect, positivity, dreams, discipline, love, laughter, and you're going to have a happy mind. Or you can feed your mind drama, apathy, grudges, envy, bitterness, and you're going to have a negative mind. So what gives you a positive or negative mind is what you essentially feed it, because the mind is like a plant. It only grows based on what you feed it. If you feed it light, it will grow. If you don't, it will wither away. Sometimes you meet someone, they're so cold, you're like, gosh, there's nothing growing here. Sometimes you meet someone, what do we say? We say they're full of life. In other words, their mind garden is blossoming and blooming. That's what we want to do. And these people, you're like, gosh, I want to be around them. Because you realize they've mastered their mind. Negativity doesn't exist there. They transcend that. They neutralize that. Deep divers, let's talk about it. How to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts, become your greatest version. Now, truth be told, it's okay to have negative thoughts. Everyone gets negative thoughts, and we should not be ashamed of it. The problem is living there. That's when the problem arises. If you're living in that pool of negativity with a negative mind, you're going to have a whole load of problems. And how does this happen? Once again, the negative thoughts only live in the past or in the future. So if you're always ruminating on the past, you're in trouble. Look, a lot of people wake up saying, gosh, I wish I could change my past. A lot of people wake up, they're blaming themselves what happened 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last summer, and they can't get over it. It's playing back in their mind on repeat. And this is what's giving them a negative mind. We have to let that go. We have to say, today is a new day. I'm going to forgive myself for everything I did in the past. Now I know better. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new me. and I'm feeling good, deep divers, raising the frequency. You got to have a sense of humor. You want to let go of negative thoughts? You want to get a peaceful mind? You got to have a sense of humor. You got to be mentally kinder to yourself, deep divers, because there are so many things that can really rock us around. And now we're feeling upset mentally, emotionally, looking a little bit shaky, baby. And if you have a sense of humor, you're going to get out of it a lot easier. Laugh at yourself. Why so serious, deep divers? Why so serious? To get a peaceful mind, you must be aware. You don't want the negative thoughts anymore? Spend time in an environment that can cultivate your mental health. Let me repeat that. Spend time in an environment that can cultivate your mental health, because energy is all around us. And sometimes you enter a neighborhood, a building, you hang around a group of people, and all of a sudden you got negative thoughts. Did it ever occur to you that energy is contagious? And therefore it's up to you to every day place yourself in an environment that brings you a better peace of mind. Many times people have negative thoughts. You know why? Because they're not in the right environment. You know why? Because in their mind, they're only focusing on everything not happening for them. They're only focusing on not enough. They're only focusing on how they screwed up. They're only focusing, in other words, they're not focusing in the right place. This is what brings negative thoughts. You've lost focus. Now you're focusing on something that doesn't even matter. Why? You're focusing on something not serving you. This is why people have negative thoughts. You can focus on the cat down the road. You can focus on Ralph Smart doing a little samba, baby. You can focus, go outside. Once again, in the right environment, focus on yourself and the environment, the nature, the sunlight, and you're going to feel better. Are you counting problems or are you counting blessings? Okay, when I would have a lot of negative thoughts, I realized I wasn't grateful. I was taking things for granted. You want to remove these negative thoughts, you must count your blessings. You must count your blessings. You must wake up with gratitude. You must say thank you at least 20 times a day. Make it 30, make it 100. The more you say thank you, every time you say thank you, another negative thought disappears. Every time you say thank you, another negative thought disappears. Deep divers, works. It works. The cat down the road, no, it works. Look, you want to get a peaceful mind, no negative thoughts. Once again, like I told you at the start of this video, Shakespeare said, nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. That's a profound statement because it actually helps us get a peaceful mind. Nothing is good or bad with your mind, but thinking makes it so. Your attitude towards your thoughts make a positive thought or a negative thought. So when people have negative thoughts, what happens? They're trying to remove the negative thoughts. They're trying to get rid of them. No, embrace them. Integrate the negative thoughts into yourself. And this is how you actually heal the disowned aspects of yourself. Okay, so you want to remind yourself anytime you have a negative thought, keep it there. Don't get rid of it. Just say, it's no longer going to bother me because I'm no longer going to give it power over me. Stop allowing one thought to control your entire life. Realize a thought is just a passing cloud and it will disappear if you just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Deep divers, smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video, subscribe. Once again, smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video, subscribe, and that's why I'm just saying. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers of planet Earth. Let's breathe. I'm alive. Let's go. Woo! breathing in that good ass prana, baby, go and check out the #1 best-selling book, Deep Divers, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/thebook, the Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version. And Deep Divers Feel Alive Part 2 is coming out this summer. The whole new book, you're going to love it. Go and also get the latest book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at ralphsmart.com/thebook, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. And go and get the good ass prana shirts, Deep Divers, for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. We're doing the fashion show in Miami, UK, California. You want to be a model? Let me know why you have what it takes. You want to book a one-to-one consultation with Ralph Smart? Do it at ralphsmart.com/consultations. Deep Divers. Remind yourself, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. A negative thought is okay. A positive thought is okay. But the truth of the matter is, you're only experiencing thoughts for a brief moment in time. Don't allow any thought to get in the way of who you're becoming. Slow motion. And realize every thought you have is a choice. You can choose what you think. You can choose to focus on what uplifts you and inspires you, or you can choose to focus on bad news. I turn off the news. Deep Divers, ain't nobody got time for that. Focus on yourself. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Once again, Deep Divers of planet Earth, make sure you smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video, subscribe. Once again, smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. And let me know how this inspired you. Deep Divers, peace.